up, everybody? We are live. We got me, RMI. I'm the founder of New Fans. And then you got Rabbo in the building. You got Ella Banks in the building. You got Rocimasa in the building. You got young Boss Crook in the building. I like your hat. And we got Double R in the building. What's up? In tonight's episode, we're talking about how to put yourself on as an independent artist. This is very important because, whether you want to get signed or you want to, just be independent, the road to get signed is the same road you have to take to stay independent. Because record labels aren't doing artist development anymore. Basically, you already have to have put yourself on to get signed these days. So, what y'all think about that?
I
Oh,
was gonna say you gotta treat yourself like a walking business. Uh, any business you can't walk into the bank and just be like, shit, I want to start a business. They ain't gonna listen to that. They're gonna be like, where your numbers and your statistics at? Where your what have you done on your own? Shit like that. So, uh, I would take it. I would approach it as if ain't nobody coming to help you. That's how I would approach it. And from then on, we just start knocking stuff out. We've already talked about, paperwork and being have your copyrights, trademarks, and all that good stuff. But as far as that goes, you gotta, you gotta work. You gotta show if you plan on getting signed or whatever, you still gonna have to work the same amount as hard. If you get signed, you probably gonna have to work a little bit harder because the money gonna touch a lot more people's hands before it touch yours. So, yeah, I would just say approach it like you're a businessman, not instead of an artist, and understand that ain't no company gonna want to put nothing into somebody for hopes and dreams, and you gonna have to have something to show for the work you've done on your own.
no, that's facts.
For sure, for sure.
Somebody wrote in my comments. I put a video out when Russ was like he took out $500,000 to pretty much promote his album, and somebody in my comments was like, "Oh," and then he deleted it by the way, but he was like, "Oh, he got millions of dollars and he only got 500,000. Like, what do you think I'm gonna get if I go to the bank and I don't have good credit?" And I'm like, dude, he's marketing his album, not buying a house. You sound stupid. That's why I deleted his comment. Like, how much money do you think you need to market your album?
That's a fucking lot. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? You think he about to take a $2 million loan to market his album?
Right. Just for marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of money.
Companies spend billions of dollars. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, they spend millions and upon billions of dollars a
On
year
promotion.
on marketing and commercials.
Fact.
Get out of here, bro. You think $500,000 or something? And then he probably took a loan out anyway. It ain't like he pulled it. He ain't. Why would I go spend my own money? And that don't even make sense. Why go spend my own money when I could go borrow somebody money? Not only that, build my business credit, build my prestige with the bank or whatever, and
Mhm.
like keep making moves. Like I keep my money in my pocket and use somebody else's money to do that shit. That's it anyway. But yeah,
No, for
like I
real.
said,
That
it's a
that makes
business.
sense. For real, bro. Like, a lot of people don't think about it like that, but that's a lot of people gonna speak before even knowing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know the game and want to learn that shit. Niggas just think like, oh, I'm gonna just jump in and do whatever. That's how you get fucked over. It's good to definitely network. It's good to definitely like learn shit from other artists, other business people, producers, engineers. Like, it's just good to like put yourself out there, put yourself in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Brand yourself, like you said, carry yourself as a business. So you want to make sure like you you showing yourself in the best light at all times. You know what I'm saying? You carrying yourself in the best in the way you want to carry your brand. You get what I'm saying? Like
Facts, facts. I agree with all of that. I think the root of the problem is that like artists just got like a they don't have financial, you know what I'm saying, education. You feel me? Like, that's the root of the problem. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you educate yourself financially, man. You know what I'm saying? Like know your business. Like know your business in and out. You don't want nobody to tell you about your business. You get what I'm saying? Like, and the thing about entrepreneurship is that you get to set the price. You get to saying, you know what I'm saying? So know your price, know your worth. You feel me? And just know your business, because that's just a problem with artists, period. Especially just like the black communities, is we have no financial education. You feel me, on shit like that? Because that's real game. Because like record labels is nothing but a fucking bank. You know what I'm saying? And like you could just go to the bank itself and goddamn get all the shit your damn self and have your sign other artists do exactly what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a program, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just unlearn all that way of thinking and thinking, oh, I gotta get on this way, I gotta get co-signed, I gotta get signed, gotta get this beat. Man, just think about yourself, think about your business, you know what I'm saying? Know your brand, and just get yourself educated. Take a day or two out, take an hour or two out the day, just learn finance. You feel me? Like, so you can be on top of your game.
Either that or get a friend with an MBA. I got more
For sure.
straight up.
Yeah, I mean, and if your credit is messed up, obviously you got to start small. You can't walk up in the bank, and Russ also has rental properties that he can. He has leverage. Like you can't walk up in the bank with no leverage, bad credit, and think you about to get $500,000 to market your album. Like I mean, I don't think a record label would look at that. You're not gonna get signed with those same credentials. So
If you can't pull off the lot, you need to do some credit building, get you experience something. Then you need to do something. Like people will work with you, but they're not gonna work with you if you starting from the bottom. Like it's
Right.
just not gonna work like that. Your credit score bad. You can't expect to get business credit.
Right.
So
And
that's
this
too.
like for like a youngster, like if you like 16 on here watching or fucking 18 or whatever, like man, this real game. Like take this shit to the bank, like for real. Cause the earlier you start on this shit, the better. You get what I'm saying? Like don't even fuck around with this shit. Like this shit, this word could be yours for real. Like you just gotta know how to manipulate this shit, man.
and it's not too late. It's not too late to build your credit up. I mean, I
It
think it takes
ain't
like
never too late.
7 years,
And
for
like
you
for
to.
people who, you know what I'm saying, like they behind the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I always you want to groom them to get better, cause like just with that itself, like, what we talking about, like that shit ain't like that's not nothing that like people be talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like that's a problem with our community. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real problem. Like that's real game. Be saying people don't be paying attention to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, the dude try to say, "Oh, Russ is Caucasian. That's why he's able to do it." Like anybody, race doesn't determine how good your credit is. It's bad habits that you got to get rid of.
If you feel like that, take your ass to Atlanta and go apply for a loan. Then
Right.
if you feel like that, go to Atlanta and apply for go to a black bank and apply. If you don't get it, that's how you know it's your fucking credit.
Yeah, I mean, your credit is 350, and you're trying to get $500,000 out the bank. I mean, like, come on, man, just take common sense a little bit. You know
The
what you got to
best.
If
work
you
on.
can't get a Hyundai, don't be trying to apply for no damn business loan. If you can't go get a Honda Civic off the lot, don't be. Then you got shit that you got to do. You got to work on, bruh. Like you can't if you can't pull up on a lot and just be like, hey, I need a car and get approved for it. They said, nah, you need to go. You need to go check on your shit straight up.
And honestly, I think you should work on just having but lots of cash in the bank because, building your credit up is good, but they also looking at, well, how much money do you have in the bank?
For sure. That's why it's good to like, you know what I'm saying, how your website going. You feel me? Keep that shit, keep some cash flow in there, keep it going to keep records of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what I do. Like I have like separate your business account and
Armand?
I was sitting like, damn, my shit tripping.
That's crazy.
She must got called or something.
my
Oh, there she
bad.
back.
We speaking too much game. But all right, we good.
No, but for the young
Yes.
people that's trying to learn how to build their credit, the best advice I ever got about building credit before you even have credit is when you get your first credit card, buy something simple every single month that you would not have a problem paying back, like a bottle of water or replacing the gas in your tank. So that way
Facts.
you're not out here shopping, spending mad money on clothes and all this other stupid stuff that you're not gonna be able to pay back at the end of the month and messing
Put
up your
your
credit.
put your Netflix on automatic bill pay on your
You
credit
know
card.
what I'm saying? And then pay that
Facts.
joint off at the end of the month. Like, what is that,
Put
like twelve
those Disney
dollars?
Plus, Amazon Prime, whatever that shit. Whatever you got
Something
coming out,
simple.
automatic pay, and just pay your credit card. That's plain and
Do
simple.
that for a whole year and watch your credit be nice
It
as
sounds
hell.
simple. I'm gonna say it sounds simple. That shit ain't simple. It's very hard to
No.
do that shit.
Yeah,
It's
I was
very
about to say it's
hard to be
definitely tempting
committed
to
to do
spend that
that shit.
You
money.
gotta be
I ain't gonna
disciplined.
stunt
But
y'all,
if
You
you
gotta be
don't,
but
disciplined.
it will help. If you got
fuck
money to
off if
play
you
with,
don't.
then do that. Get like a little secure credit card and have your like Netflix, your auto bill pay coming out of that shit. Just pay your credit card every month on time, of course. And motherfucker, they don't tell you this, but if you get paid bi-weekly, slice your credit card bill in half. So say your minimum payment is $25. Pay 14, $12 or something like that, and it'll still count as a payment on time, and then pay the other half on the due date, right? And you'll get two payments for that month on time. So over a year, rather than getting 12, you'll get 24 on time payments that'll boost your credit score quicker. You welcome.
Thank you, cause I ain't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, dude at the bank ain't tell me that part. He
I
told
mean,
me get a
definitely
water
try to
bottle.
pay
He ain't
more
tell me
than a
that part.
minimum though. Like try to pay it off actually. You should be
Yeah,
paying
that
it off.
part. But if you only spending 20, $30, you can
Yeah.
afford to split it in half. Now you got $200, $400, you gonna have to pay a little bit more.
Hmm.
But if you only spend like 40, $50, just split it in half, and that way you don't bite the bullet so quick. And secondly, you boosting your credit. It's a loophole.
I mean, and then for everybody who's talking about, oh, it's race. How do you think Master P, did it? Like he sold off 5% of his company for 250,000, and he used the 250,000 to market his album. And I think his album went like double platinum. So it's like there's ways to do it, but just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it's a scam. It doesn't mean it's a race thing. Like you can't do it. It's his business.
Facts. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with races. Just gotta educate yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? The earlier the better
Facts.
on your
Knowledge.
business.
Now I definitely got to touch on that because a couple of people left comments about that, and it's just like, man, like you kind of holding yourself back at that point because you're not even you get yourself defeating yourself before you
That part.
even
That
yeah.
that part. If you already defeated in the mind, it's a wrap. I don't even want to talk to you.
Facts.
Like,
People just be
I,
insecure though. Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like people just want them to give you something. They just want somebody to give them something. Like, man, you gotta go ahead and take this shit.
That niggas just be ignorant too, bro. Lacking knowledge. It's just lacking knowledge.
Facts. Like this ignorant as fuck. You know, you be
or they
scared.
just don't care about education. You gotta like learning. If you don't like learning, Yo, you not gonna be open to shit like that. Motherfuckers that complain about going to school and shit like that, nigga,
Thanks, bro.
they like nigga, pick up a book. I guarantee your ass will be smarter after you done reading that motherfucker. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You fuck around, learn some new words, educate yourself. I'm talking about like
See,
for
they ain't gonna
real.
listen to you talk about some educate. He mean educate
Hey,
you. Educate yourself.
you gotta educate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta educate. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I had to get out of that because I don't like reading my damn self. But if it's something that I like, I'll be all into that shit.
I think
I
that's what
won't
it
stop
really
reading
is.
the book till I'm over with it. Like I'll read the book straight through
I think
until I'm done.
that's what it come down to. Cause like you gotta think in school, you know what I'm saying? We learned a lot of bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying? For you gotta find an interest in what you and what that has for benefits of what you got going on. If you ain't goddamn digging for diamonds, nigga, you ain't about to go learn how to mine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to read a book on mining. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna serve me no benefit because that's not my interest is. You feel me? So it just depends on what's your interest at. Like at growing up, I ain't gonna lie. Like I was one of them niggas. I don't give a fuck about no credit. You know what I'm saying? Like it just now, you know, when you get older, you gotta really when you learn about shit, you like, oh shit, this shit is important. They ain't teach you this shit in school. You feel me? Like they weren't trying to teach niggas this shit in school. And then half the time, I ain't gonna lie. Like the class we did have senior year, the teacher was a pushover, so he was never really teaching. You feel? So I mean, but now niggas see the importance.
I mean, some people, and I'm not saying all, but some people just be taking credit out of their child when they just a baby, messing up their credit. So by the time they become an adult, their credit is already in shambles.
Putting
It's
shit
like,
in their
That's
name, got the
part of
cable bill in their
me.
name.
That's part of our curse, though.
Yeah,
That's part of our
That's part
generational.
real talk.
Like that's something that's been taught to us. Not I ain't never done it, but my point what I'm getting at is that's something that was taught to us because credit to us was money, not actual credit. You know what I'm saying? Credit with us was the lights being on, the fucking phone being on, having cable, fucking shit like that, amenities. A lot of it, and then motherfuckers don't pay the bill, and the shit fuck up they shit or get evicted and shit like that. Like that's how that should be happening. And then like a lot of people don't realize you're not supposed to put nothing in your kid's name unless it's like in a trust or something. Don't put you like don't be buying businesses and cars in your kid's name because that's a liability for them. That's something they gotta pay taxes on. And they a kid, they're a child. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know nothing about that shit. So you gotta make sure you put that shit in something that accrue money rather than
Knowing they be thinking about themselves though. They be knowing.
take money.
yeah.
yeah, like Cassandra, she filing from bankruptcy at 18 because her mama put everything, 2 cars in a name. But get back to the subject, how to put yourself on as an independent artist. The reason why we're talking about credit is because a lot of artists are saying, "Oh, I don't have the money." I mean, Master P, he didn't make that. He didn't make any excuses. He made a way. Russ had money in the bank, but he still made another way. I mean, if you kind of study different artists, you can definitely come up with some ideas on how you could how you can do it too. There's so many options out there to put yourself on. Whether you starting, you do got thousands of dollars in the bank, or maybe you don't have no money in the bank. Wherever you starting from, you got to start. What's that? Y'all quiet.
Nah, for sure. You just
My
gotta
bad.
start.
I was on mute.
I'm just soaking it in.
So good at in. How you put yourself on as an independent artist?
Um, Something I ain't hear nobody say, but I would definitely say is you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to take risks and make yourself uncomfortable and getting into different circles. You
For
gotta reach
sure.
out to different
I
people.
agree. Like entrepreneurship, you sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice your time, you sacrifice, your money, instead of you. I mean, maybe you used to ball out of control buying clothes and stuff, but instead of doing that, you buying ads. Like, you make a lot of sacrifices. And I want to say how to put yourself on as an independent artist. You got to build a catalog. You can't have just like 2 3 songs and then think you about to put yourself on. I
For
mean,
sure.
some people have one hit wonders or whatever, but if you have a catalog and you did want to get signed or kind of do what Russ did, like he had a partnership, like profit split deal, where his previous catalog, he was already making 6 figures a month from his catalog before he got signed. So he kept that to himself and kind of used the momentum from, the artistry where he got signed from to keep making money, backdoor from the stuff he already made. Like I, I'm not saying it was never done before, but that's his genius, like profit splits. I think DDG also have a profit split. That's something else to think about.
Rather rather split profits than royalties and shit. Royalties outlast profits. For sure.
Right, right. Most people have a royalty deal, and I mean, unless you like 50 Cent.
Be a lifetime. That should be a lifetime. Motherfucker be like, you gonna die before we give up these debts.
For real though.
They be acting like you gonna die, nigga.
You ain't lying.
Before you ever see this money, you gonna die. And we take it to the grave. That's how
Like,
they be saying.
You ain't lying, bro. That's why it's so important for you to educate yourself, because there's so many greats who done died for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real for real. Like it's a lot of people been fighting for their masters and all this one shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important if you're an artist to, you know what I'm saying, educate yourself. You know what I'm saying, on your on what you into. You into music, go to music business. You feel me? And like put out content, know the catalog, like how your catalog right, like I was saying, like, and just go crazy with this shit. And they can all be yours. Like you can pass down songs to your childs and albums to your childs and whatever the fuck. Putting yourself on and just releasing your music yourself. So having your own distributor is like that's already a plus. You feel me? Just know about the master recordings and all that type of shit. And publishing and all that type of shit.
If you got kids, make your kids executive producers on your album.
nice.
Man.
Like Young Dolph, that's what he said. That's one of the reasons why he didn't want to like sign a crazy deal, because he's like, well, like if I'm gone, I want to make sure like my kids and my nieces, my nephews can eat. So that's very important. Like I stream his music on Instagram, so knowing that like his family gets to eat, um, you know, everybody listen to his catalog. But I mean, that's how you put yourself on. I mean, there's so many different type of deals. There's distribution deals. I think that's how Empire gets down. Young Dolph was signed to Empire. Um, who else was signed to Empire? I think Empire was talking to Russ, but Russ is sticking to TuneCore. I mean, he just have a TuneCore account, so that's his distribution. But like companies like
Empire
Empire,
sucks. I don't trust them
You
huh?
said too many niggas dying over there.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
oh,
You say
that
you don't
shit
trust
real life
Empire?
death row. Nigga got me fucked up.
Fuck
He
no.
said too many niggas dying over there.
In November.
It's something going on. It's people being sacrificed or something.
Yeah,
Oh, at
I ain't heard
Empire?
that.
Empire Records is fishy, boy. When I
Oh
tell
no.
you,
I don't know.
I'd rather go deal with somebody I know been established, been around since music genres done changed, than deal with them niggas.
Dang.
I don't know. He said
Um, I mean, I mean, like Russ got it going on. Like he's like, look, I don't need a distribution deal. This 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 set up my TuneCore or DistroKid or United Masses kind of do the same thing because not only Russ but what's his name? Um Tory Lanez, he also said that, right now he's an independent artist, but when he was signed, he was saying like he racked up all the connections. So by the time he went independent, he didn't need the label no more. He already know the go to people to get things moving. Like, um, that's a strategy I think that both Russ and Tory Lanez did. Like they got all the when they was signed, they didn't was like, okay, labels do your thing, and I'm just gonna go to the background and you know not care. Like they actually see, okay, who is who, so that boom, when they out they deal, they know exactly who to go to by name. They got the information, their phone number, so that they can get things moving. Um,
They got the data.
definitely, definitely. So I mean, that's another thing. Like I think Twitter is like the best place to reach, like, people like that. The probably LinkedIn too, um to find out who's who, because I think that's most difficult, because if you go through somebody else, they're going to tax you, you know they definitely going to tax you. And that's why I try to give out contacts too. Like I got a whole bunch of contacts that I was giving out for free during the contest, and
Facts.
that I have on my website too, because I mean, sometimes it's just knowing the right people. Like Russ went on a Breakfast Club as an independent artist, no record label behind him, backing him. I'm pretty sure he paid, some money to be on there, but payola. But he knew who to talk to. That's golden. That's putting yourself on as an artist, knowing who to go to get stuff done.
Knowing who to pay.
No, who to pay.
That's what you talking about. That's
Mhm.
exactly what you talking about. He knew who to pay. And he knew who to get the money to get him on that whatever he needs. That's the point. That's exactly how I feel about things. Like I feel like money talk. Like fuck all the bullshit. How much it costs, nigga? Pretty much. Like what you
It's
need.
about it's just build those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like build those relationships. Cause like motherfuckers, anybody take your money. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just be like out there just giving your money out. Anybody take your money. You feel me? Like make
I
sure you
understand that. I understand that. I'm talking
yeah.
about I'm talking about good people. Like I
Like you
ain't
said, it's the right people knowing who to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like you said it.
Yeah, definitely knowing who to pay. I still think that, like, being on these radio interviews, I think is north up to 250,000, because on that same Russ interview with the Breakfast Club, he was saying that, like, to get on the radio with the radio interviews is like 250, 250K. I think that's the number. If that's the route you want to go, but I mean, there's YouTube, there's TikTok. I mean, I feel like there's still ways to get yourself in front of a lot of people within a budget. If you don't have a quarter of a million to spend just to get an interview.
For sure. I think it's all about like what the artists want out of it though. You know what I'm saying? Like some people want radio play. Some people don't care about radio play. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Burner, he dropped the album like his shit up there, like top iTunes. He independent, like he don't got no radio play.
Facts, facts.
I think another thing that's really important is getting yourself out there as far as starting to like do shows or tours or whatever, because you don't want to like blow up and be somebody who only did like music videos and been in a studio, and then there come time to be on stage and you don't have no type of stage presence. You just boring on stage and everybody looking at you and you just dull, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's definitely important to learn how to entertain people while you building yourself as an artist, because I done seen some shows that was like, and then I've seen other shows like freaking Beyonce that was amazing. So it's like, I feel like that's a really, really important part of being an artist, especially if you want to have concerts or whatever.
That's definitely a gem. And I think the best way to get that experience are festivals because they pay you. Like that's something independent artists don't even tap into. Like when they like there's this manager on the what's it called? Music Entrepreneur Club. And she was saying that, you know, like she got a brand new artist, nobody knows them, and all she did was, hook them up and set them up on all these festivals, and they paid them. And I mean, you can have a regular following or whatever. They just need somebody to put on a show. They don't want to pay, like some of them don't want to pay like crazy money, because the town is paying for it. And some of these festivals, so they'll pay an independent artist to put on a show. It's for it's for the town, it's for the city, like, and they pay. It's not nothing you have to do for free. So I don't know why artists don't try to get into as many festivals as they can. You go on tour, just going to festivals. In college,
Pack up, guys. We're going on tour.
I'm just saying, man, go get you a little van, you know.
And we need some weed. Make sure we got weed in every motherfucking spot. And I'm good.
I hear
Make
that.
sure
I
that.
mean, you want
Can't
to
hear
be
shit you
high
saying, yo,
and
boss.
I know I'm staying muted, but I was saying like I can go to tour and not leave the state. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
that's real.
like you gotta think about that shit. Like I'm in California,
Yeah, big as shit.
so I already been pondering that shit. So, but my point what I'm getting at is same thing for anybody else. Like
hmm
you think about your surrounding area and just like shit, do like 4 hour trips and four hours there, 4 hours back. Maybe you can go a little bit longer. But I feel like if you set the time aside, say you got weekends, you don't work or whatever, shit, nigga, you go do a show every weekend or every other weekend, you'll be doing something. That's how I thought about it. 'Cause I done actually seen the actual paperwork for the festival, so I know what you're talking about. But
hmm
yeah, like yeah, that's it. For anybody, like I would say, get into that shit. Like them custom car shows that everybody be having in their city. I know everybody got a custom car show in their city. Everybody got like a gun show. Everybody got like fashion shows and
hmm
all that shit. Like little showcase, artist showcase, open mics, uh, all that shit. All that shit. Nigga, you can stand outside with a big ass speaker and a microphone. And, in some places, like some
You can do
places,
that in Brooklyn.
like New York, that's it. Nigga can stand out there with a fucking microphone. California, you can stand out there with a microphone and motherfuckers will actually stop and listen to your ass. I don't know if they're gonna pay you, but they'll stop and listen to your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, they might just put like a hat
That's when that
down.
that's when that QR code come in handy. Here, scan this. This is what your music got.
You do that shit.
Dope.
but yeah, as an artist, that's what I'm saying. As an artist, you can, only you know your schedule, and you gotta manipulate your schedule for it to benefit you to the point where now you don't necessarily depend on any particular aspect or area for money. You got money coming from everywhere. That's how I see it. So if you do shows enough, you'll be able to sell merch better because you're gonna see people like take that merch to the show. once you build a better, I guess, revenue from that, now you actually in the area. You got an area where you can probably go to like stores, smoke shops, and shit like that, and actually talk to them about holding your apparel or you're holding your clothing line. Then you go from like that's how you get around, bro. Like don't just sit at home make music. You gotta get out there and like talk your shit, get out there and like communicate, like meet people, ask questions. Cause people like answering questions that got to do with what they feel like they're expert at. So ask questions about their shit. They gonna love to talk about their shit. You be like, man, so how you do that? How you do this? They gonna be like, damn, you ask a lot of questions, but shit, I can admire that. Whatever. Long story short, bro, you gotta like show people you engaged and you willing to learn, and I promise you that shit pay off. It get you in a place where people willing to teach you stuff that you would never learn otherwise. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's about life and experiencing life with other people. And once you get to that part where you around other people that are as passionate about what you're doing as you are, then you start experiencing breakthroughs and excelling in certain areas and shit. And I'm just saying from experience. Like just being here is a blessing for all of us in general. You know what I'm saying? So like we ain't here by happenstance. We ain't here because we didn't work hard. I know that damn much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody work hard as fuck. So like real talk. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just proof in the pudding. For anybody listening, this shit take a lot of work. And if you listen and you willing to humble yourself and be like, nigga, these niggas actually know stuff. Let me write some of this shit down. Let me, you know what I'm saying, see what they talking about. Then shit, you gonna be ahead of the game. And I can guarantee that. For
Yeah, I
life.
agree. Do one second, bro. Do anyone else have any more tips on how an artist can put themselves on as an independent artist?
Doing features, like willing to work with other artists, doing like music videos, whatever you can, just showing up, supporting other artists. Like, I mean, you show that support, 9 times out of 10, people gonna support you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely do that. Definitely just get your catalog right. You putting out content. You put out so many songs. Might tell you not an artist. Might tell you. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so basically, to put yourself on, you have to move like you're an entrepreneur. That's basically wrapping it up everything that we're saying, because it's not just doing one thing, it's doing all things, like doing festivals, building up a catalog, building up your credit. All these things is going to help push you to put yourself on, because either you put yourself on or you be somebody else's slave, and 10-20 years later we're gonna see you saying, oh, can't get back my masters and this and that. It's like you already been warned by previous artists who already walked down your path. So definitely study the game. I got a whole bunch of videos on my page on my music on the YouTube. If y'all want to study, like I pretty much pick like clips out, and so that y'all can get the game, because that's what you do. Like that's what Russ said. That's how he studied the game, and plenty of other artists had done the same. They watched a whole bunch of Breakfast Club interviews, a whole bunch of interviews, trying to see how artists moved, and then they moved accordingly. So at this point we're gonna wrap up. Rabbo, do you have any last words for the audience?
If you need them features, man, tap in with me. I need some dope shit.
Dope. Get them features going. Other banks, any last words?
You have to follow me on Instagram. My name right there.
All right. Young Boss Crook, last words.
I said all I need to say. You know what I'm talking
Dope. Rocimasa, last words for the family.
Hey, this study your business.
Double R, last words for the audience.
Study your business. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know the game. Tap in with all of us followers that are on our IGs. You know what I'm saying? Bro popping this shit up there. You heard what he said. If you need any features, he gonna give you some dope shit. We all gonna give you some dope shit. Tap in, reach out. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe, keep working. If you need that double R merch, you know where to tap in at right there. You know what I'm saying? New Roddy, go get that. You go get that new fans merch too. Also, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I mean? We got music out, new singles and shit. Tap in with that. Rocimasa got that fall season merch. Go tap in with that. We all working. You feel what I'm saying? Tune in. Tap in. We out.